Hi, it's John Flynn for Copley Advertising. Today we want to talk about mobile marketing and third-party data. Mobile marketing and third-party data, yes. Wanted to talk about our new relationship with neustar. neustar is a terrific third-party data company, and you know, they opened the door a little bit. They got a little information. We're small, but we got over 309 demographic breakouts that we could attach to our campaign. So if you want to geofence, let's say St. Louis, and you have a certain demographic you look for that's female, ages 20 to 29, that rent and have a cat, we could do that. It's pretty cool. You know, if you have like homeowners with a high net income and their homes are worth over $500,000 and they have no children, we could do that. So obviously this is very powerful. You know, give you a little history. Back in the day, which in mobile means a year ago, like 25 years in regular lifetime. A lot of third-party market people on that Blue Kai, which was an old digital, you know, big third-party person, and some other very well-established third-party data companies, and we got all excited because we were like, oh, right, we could drill down farther. But when we looked at the data, it got a little weird, because then when we were geofencing Dallas and we wanted all the, let's say, males in Dallas, and we looked at the data population in that particular segment, it was like 100 million. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think 100 million people live in Dallas, so how can it be 100 million males? So yes, things were a little convoluted. I don't think anybody was doing nefariously. You know, it was just the way the data was laid out, and you know, that's just the way it is. But neustar has really cleaned everything up, and everything's bright and shiny and nice. If anything, you're under-delivering information, which is great. That's fine. I could deal with that. So now it kind of changes what we do a little bit, because now, you know, obviously we have a very extensive mobile marketing plan. It's not geofencing. I kind of get annoyed. People go, you know, mobile geofencing. No, I'm a mobile marketing agency. We have a lot of tools. Okay, so one of the beginning tools we'll have by using this particular neustar tool is that if you give me a geographic area like Portland, Oregon, okay, and you have like 6 retail locations in Portland, Oregon, we do some pre-marketing, and if you don't know a lot about your demographic, which surprisingly a lot of people don't, I'm always like, well, what's your demographic? Go 6 stores. Okay, that's not good. But anyway, so we use Facebook audience and some other US Census and some other things. So we'll come up with a good demographic model, and then we'll create ad sets, kind of like Facebook underneath it. You know, males, 2029, females, 2029, renters, you know, household income, So we do 5 or 6, and then we'll launch it, and then, you know, when I'm doing different DMAs, you know, if I do 10 DMAs for somebody, I'll do that for 10. You know, I like to get, you know, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8, you know, try to get as much in there as possible. And then, you know, let it roll. And then I kind of, you know, just because I've been doing it a while, I can figure out after a certain X amount of time what's working and what's not going to work. So, I mean, you know, last year I was at a 0.8 click-through rate. Industry standard is 0.45. With most programs, I have a KPI 0.6. If anything really has a solid 0.2 starting out, then it's gotta go. You know, it's even before I start optimizing. So, I mean, if you got a 0.4, if I get in there and start optimizing and I get you up to a 0.5, we could work with it on it. But, you know, you gotta be very careful, you know, because then I bring the retargeting campaign in, and that's gonna get like, you know, 3% click-through rate. So anyway, you know, my cost per click is under $1. My cost per click is under $1. Okay, let's say my cost per click is under $1. My CPM is $4. Add those numbers up. So anyway, because of the third-party data, we'll run that and then see where we are. And then we're hit something. You know, you can't tell. You really can't. You can think something's going to work really well, something isn't, and then it does. And then, you know, once we hit it, and then I'll go in and look at the apps. And then if something is over 1,200 wins and has no hits, then I kill it. If something's over 1,200 and has like a 1% click-through rate, I'm buying more of it. So if I'm getting like 10% of the inventory, I'm going to double my bid and try to get up to 20%. You know, 40% is the max, but you know, for me. So, but 20% is good. So there's usually 2,000 apps, and I go through them. But in reality, you know, not all 2,000 apps are going to hit the 1,200 rate. I might even sneak down to 1,000. It all depends, you know, what the program looks like. And then I look at operating system, Android versus iOS. I've seen a lot of Android systems, so it's like an 80-20 split in Android's favor on click-through rate. Then I'll clone a Android-only campaign and then run that and compare it to the regular campaign. If there's a significant difference, I'll shut the regular campaign down and just go Android only, even though there's less. It's higher click-through rate, so I'll go with that. So, you know, there's other steps I take, you know, down the road in order to do the click-through rate on the system. So, you know, again, trying to get up to 0.6. So, the neustar helps me a lot, because now what we do is that we have, you know, because what the cool thing I like to do with clients is that they give me 6 cities, right? And then after, you know, the campaign ends, I could tell them like, well, this city sucks. Never advertise in that city ever again. This city's really good, this city's really good, and then we'll do a satellite city, something they've never done before, and say, well, that's really good. So, you know, basically, if you want to go into offline marketing, you have some, you know, you have some justification through this program to put your toe into offline marketing. You shouldn't like put your chips in, but I would run, you know, some stuff, you know, that made sense, not newspapers. But, you know, other stuff that kind of, you know, made sense, direct mail, maybe. So, you know, that's kind of like the side benefit I like to give to people. And then if they continue the campaign with me, then we've already drilled down to the areas that they want, and then we can start fooling around and adding another area and doing other ad sets and figuring out. But we have the core. We have the core of what we want. And the retargeting impressions we get are forever. And so we can just keep using those on and on. I've used those for a year, and the click-through rate has not gone down. It has not. So, you know, all this is predicated on the fact that we could start the program with neustar and their 308, I think it is, different targeted demographics, and then move forward to that. So, kind of like the boring side of mobile marketing, but you know, I like to explain this to people because, you know, it gives them a different, like, it's not just, you know, put a geofence around the garage. No, we become much more sophisticated. You know, we have a lot of tools now, so it's like, you know, you're going to get a weekly report, you're going to get a spreadsheet, you're going to get a summary, and you're going to get me on the phone every week explaining what's going to happen and what's happening and where we're going. So you know, that's key, and we could change strategy. Mobile is very pliable. So, glad to have the ability to use neustar. John Flynn, Copley Advertising, give me 1 month. One month, and I'll fix your advertising and marketing programs.